Hello, my lovely bookish friends. How are we doing today? It's Heather with Belle's Library. If you are new, definitely get on down below and hit that subscribe button. And everybody hit like, and let's get started into this video. So today I wanted to get on and talk about a couple of books that I read recently that are coming out this month. One just came out yesterday on July 7th, and that's going to be Cinderella is Dead by Kalynn Bayron. And we also have on the 14th, What You Wish For by Katherine Center coming out. So I read both of these. I was lucky enough to get an eARC of each through NetGalley. Having said this, though, I will be giving all of my own opinions, and that doesn't factor into my review here for you guys. Just want to be fully transparent and let you guys know. So let's go ahead and start with Cinderella is Dead. I ended up rating this one a 3-star. I very much enjoyed this kind of dark twist retelling on Cinderella, and I think the author did a really good job of creating a different and new and creative idea. I super enjoyed Amina, who is the fairy godmother in this story, and her kind of character, very different than the original retelling, and she was just very unique and different, and I would have liked to have actually known a little bit more about her character. I thought she was just a very interesting witchy type character. And then I also really enjoyed Sophia. She's our main character. She is very rebellious and fierce and outgoing and outspoken as far as speaking out when she technically shouldn't in the world that she lives in, because it is frowned upon. But that doesn't really stop her. And she doesn't want to marry a man just because the king says it should happen that way when she's 16 years old. So I guess I should give you guys a brief synopsis of this book so you know a little more about it. But Cinderella is Dead is kind of a Cinderella retelling, but we are actually 200 years past when Cinderella died, and the world is not great. It is run by a dictator king who believes that men are pretty much the be-all, end-all, and they have the last say on everything, and all of the girls in the land, when they turn 16, have to go to a ball, and they are basically selected to be married by a group of men who can go to this ball at any age. So it doesn't matter if they're 16 or 80, and they can choose whichever bride they want, and the girls just have to go with it, and they have to just do whatever their husband says, and they have no opinions or thoughts. And if they aren't selected within 3 years, they're considered forfeit, and nobody really knows what happens to them. They just seem to kind of disappear. And also, if women speak out and talk negatively about men or just things in general, they are often end up forfeit or executed. So it's definitely a very male-driven society. And Sophia does not agree with that, and she goes to the ball, but she ends up running and trying to figure out a different life and a different way around all of this and to help fix her world. And she meets Constance, who is the last living descendant of Cinderella, and they kind of go on a journey to fix the world that they live in, basically. So I definitely enjoyed kind of, the spin that was taken in this story. I thought it was really well done. The reason that I put it at only a 3 stars was I just wanted a little bit more emotion. Like, I didn't feel particularly drawn towards the characters. I didn't feel like I really wanted to fight with them. I didn't feel really mad at like our antagonist in this book. I just wanted a little more depth from the characters. I wanted to learn more about them. I wanted a little more why are they doing these things? What is their drive? What is moving them in this direction? I needed a little bit more character development, I think. And I think that would have really helped the story and given it just a little bit more. That's what we're going with. Just need a little more in that area. The last little thing I will say about this story was I did feel like the ending ended up wrapping up just a little too quickly for me. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more depth and a little more detail there. Also, I just feel like it was a little too tied in a bow at the end for me, but I still do definitely think that it was a really good story, and I'm glad that I read it, and I enjoyed the different twist on Cinderella that was taken here, and I think it was a great debut novel, and definitely one to check out for you guys. Alright, editing Heather here. As I'm watching this review a little bit, I just wanted to clarify that I don't like our antagonist in here. I just didn't feel like it. The book didn't give me like really strong like hate vibes, but I don't like his character, like the patriarchal of this society that everything has to be male driven. I definitely appreciate that the book talked about this and was like, this is not okay, and I can get behind why we were rebelling against this. That was not my intent when I was talking about that. I just felt like the emotion, like I just wasn't getting a lot of emotional response because I just needed a little more depth, I feel like, from the characters or something. There's just a little something missing for me in that area. And I also just wanted to make a note that I feel like the book had a good premise in the fact that we were talking about something that is important, that men shouldn't rule society, and you know, women should have a voice and be heard and such. It just was very hard hitting in your face, so maybe a little more of a natural weave into the story would have been a little better, I guess, for lack of better words here. So anyways, I just wanted to briefly pop on and say that, and you know, I definitely did enjoy this story, and I think it has a really good message to it, and I would definitely have read it again, and 3 stars is not a bad rating in any way. So if you guys are interested in this book, definitely would go out and read it and check it out. And the cover is super good on this book, and I enjoyed the fact that we had a Black main character. We also had some LGBTQ plus representation in here, so definitely great to see some of that in a new book here. And it's nice to be reading from some debut authors, and I'm excited to see what this author brings us in the future. So just wanted to pop on, say that little bit, and let's keep going. Bye. So the next book we're going to be talking about is What You Wish For by Katherine Center. This is my first book that I've read by her, and I know that a lot of people have been really enjoying Things You Save in a Fire by her, and I'm excited to get to that one eventually, but I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars, and so the basic synopsis of this book is going to be, we have this librarian, Sam, who has moved into this town a few years ago, and she's taken up the post of librarian, and then she also lives in a little house on the property of the principal and the principal's wife, who teaches art at this school. And so they're all kind of involved in this elementary school. Then the principal, Max, ends up passing away over the summer, and they get a new principal at the school, and it is Duncan, and Sam happens to know Duncan from when she used to be a librarian at a different school before she moved out here. And Duncan is the opposite of everything that this school is kind of standing for. He's very safety driven. He wants to put, guards up and fences and bars on the window. He wants everything to just be gray and plain, and just, he's very not what this school is all about. This school has color everywhere, beautiful murals and paintings. It's got fun, different outings for the kids to learn in a different way. It is creative and loving and warm, and there's obviously a big clash going on there, and Sam is not happy about it, and she's gonna push back, and obviously Duncan is as well, because he's the new principal, and he's like, no, this is how we're gonna go. And so we definitely have a little bit of some opposites attract in the two of them. Duncan also personally wears a lot of gray, and he's very just drab and boring, and Sam can't fully understand it because he wasn't like that before. And Sam, our librarian, she's very spunky. She has pink bangs, she wears clown socks, she's just kind of funky and goofy and bright and colorful. And there's definitely a good message in this book where we're talking a lot about choosing the joy in life and not getting dragged into things that aren't going to bring you joy, but you have to kind of sometimes make that choice yourself and kind of have that attitude so that you're not going to go towards the negative side. So I really enjoyed that, but our characters were just wonderful. Like, even the side characters, Alice was super fun. She was like the math teacher who had fun math sayings on her shirt all the time and made math jokes, and she was just really cute. And I felt all the emotions in this one. I was like rooting for the teachers and Sam, but then there was moments when I was rooting for Duncan and what was going on with him, and we had, some real life struggles going on between both Duncan and Sam, and some of the things that they are dealing with that they ended up kind of bonding over. And the imagery in this book, oh my gosh, so gorgeous. Like, there was one scene where we were talking about this mural that's in the cafeteria, and these like huge life-size butterflies that were painted on the wall to make it look like the kids could be like flying on them, but then they were also real-life butterflies, so the kids could learn, and it told them what the name of that butterfly was, so if they saw it out in the area, they'd be like, this is that kind of butterfly. And the library sounded so beautiful. It was like 2 stories, had a view of the ocean, had this like tunnel made out of books, and it was just beautiful, and I wanted to go there and I wanted to see it. And I love when a book can make me feel that, like, I want to go there, I want to do this, I feel for these characters, and I like that emotion in the book. So it was also super light and sweet and gooey in a lot of moments as well. I definitely gave that one a 4-star, and I would recommend picking that one up by her. And I'm not sure how exactly it compares to some of her other books, but I definitely enjoyed it, and it makes me want to read her other books even more. So those are the 2 books I'm talking about today. You guys can pick up this month, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you lovely people soon. Bye!